Okay, so today we're going to do a look at Analog Lab. I recently did my update for the V Collection, which included a couple new things. If you guys haven't checked out the augmented stuff for the V Collection, it actually is really good. It's probably one of the things that I probably slept on for a long time with regards to the Arturia stuff, because Pigments is still my favorite, but man, some of these sounds or whatever that you can get. So this is the I don't know how you pronounce it. YAGTZE is how I would think you pronounce it, but I could be wrong. This is a let me show you what it looks like. 1 second. Edit the preset. No, I don't want to edit the preset. I just want to, there we go. So I'm gonna say, for lack of a better word, I think these are like Asian instruments. And if I'm wrong, then just blame. I'm definitely ignorant to whether it is it's some instrument that's not, from your typical standard instruments. So we're gonna take a look at some of the presets in this. And I like to just stay in this screen here. So there's some bass sounds. I'm gonna get to these. Ooh, Crouching Tiger. Oh, this is one of the guys right here that I like. He's a great, in my opinion, designer. He made the ones that I've shown you guys in the video. This is Konstantin Klim, and I showed you guys a couple Max for Live plugins that I used on my first kind of ambient cinematic album that I did, and it looks like he did some of the work in this one. Some of these basses are pretty cool. Like, so the mod wheel adds, and it's cool. If you guys don't know, you read over here, you can blend up to 2 presets at a time together, and you can also edit the presets. Um, but this is a acoustic bass sound that's got the vibrato on the mod wheel. So if you have a keyboard, sounds really good. All these augmented series sound really good to me. I'm not just gonna show his presets, but ooh, that one's really nice. So it looks like the mod wheel on this one, the same thing, adds vibrato. That's a really good effect to have. It's an exotic vintage flute. I love this style of music. Very um, ambient, but at the same time, you can use it in so many ways. I'll demonstrate some ways later when I'm making a track. Right now, we're just kind of scrolling through and seeing what's here, what's available, what it sounds like in general. So I'm just picking random presets. Ooh, this sounds really good. So one of the things to keep in mind too is they offer MPE inside of Analog Lab, if you don't know about that. So if you have an MPE control like a Push 3, this would work really well. You'll get all that extra added bonus MPE stuff. And I've been really wanting to try this one. So for me, that was one thing, one good reason to do the update. Usually I'm very picky, like I wouldn't get it if it was just like only one thing. But this particular one thing came with the update, as well as the Jupiter 8000, which we'll take a look at next. So, all right, so we've kind of heard enough of those. Let's check a listen to some of these other ones. And if you keep your eye over here and read, it'll tell you what you can do to add texture and different things. So these buttons down here allow you to do that. Plus you can go into the preset and open it up and adjust even more stuff. Let's take a listen to some more. Constantine has my heart. I'm sorry, when it comes to his presets. He just makes it sound really good, especially for ambient stuff. It sounds really nice. See, and I would take this and blend it with, let's see, with this one. Okay, yeah. So let's keep this one. And then we're going to add an instrument, see? And then the one that I'm going to pick is his other one, this one right here. Let's see what they sound like together. Oh my goodness, yeah. So it thickens the sound. So you're gonna see these are a lot of brass and wind instruments because that's what it pretty much is, flutes and things of that nature. So when I'm looking for that lead, to me, this pack here, this instrument that they've made is perfect for that breathy. This one has like textures of FM in it. You can hear it. Phoenix flute. So what this is more like real instruments mixed in with other aspects of music. It could be FM, it could be um, I don't know, it could be a variety of things. But just keep that in mind when you're listening to this, that you are listening to some real instrumentation mixed in with stuff. Very cool. All right, let's skip around. And there's 201 presets in just this particular one. That's not counting if you blend yours to theirs with another one, and you can make your own presets if you want to. So you can use these for cool accents, like especially these bells, some evolving keys. Beautiful. Lo-fi keys. Misty flute. They even have some percussive keys. So if you put some heavy reverb over that, it sounds good without it, but you put some other stuff over there, you can come up with some interesting. 201 presets is crazy though. That is really interesting. I love the pads and things, of course. Atmospheric stuff. Ooh, that sounds good. Soft cinematic ambient soundscape pads. And when I get excited about soundscape stuff, don't think that you can't add in hip hop drums over that, because I do have plans, okay? You guys been checking out the previous videos where I've been doing little song. You're kind of getting an idea where I may take an album. I'm thinking about perhaps trying it out for one of my upcoming albums, maybe. So pay attention and keep your eyes open for that, and explore and learn bits and pieces from these videos so that you can take ideas and build on yourself. Also, keep in mind that if you like a sound, but maybe there's something going on that you don't like for instance, you don't like the delays. When you go edit preset, you can turn off some of these pedals. You don't have to use these pedals in the song. So keep that in mind. Just, yeah. Okay. We're going to keep moving a little bit faster. Wow. Super interesting. I love this stuff. This is already getting me major ideas of what I can go with. Ooh. So if you don't want to get into the Omnisphere lane, which I think Omnisphere is fantastic, I'm just being honest, but and you want something like this, to me, you can't go wrong with the Arturia V Collection. Period. Make sure you get the Pro version, um, and catch it right now while it's on sale for sure. Okay, let's get to another instrument that came with it. So we'll go to sound banks, instruments. There we go. And then now, mind you, most of these I've had in the other ones, but if you don't have anything, you'll eventually get all of this if you get the Pro version. So let's go to the Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter 8000. So synth bass, like those hard synth. Yep. Ooh. Yeah, if you like those kind of hard synth, that's what Jupiter. That's interesting, Lou. I love their keys. These are perfect for creating. Like, I don't know exactly what sound that is, but in the 90s, was it 90s? Yeah, 90s, that was techno, synth stuff. I'm not a techno, well, I like techno music. I'm not a person who makes techno music, but I don't mind listening to it. Ooh. See, you can make almost anything sound. Keep in mind, like I said before, you can blend these sounds. Let's see what other leads they have. Interesting. Definitely dirty synth sounds. So I like those. It looks like Solid Tracks make some cool stuff. It's kind of mellow in its own way, but I like it. So that has like a little synth lead on it. There's 240 presets. We're not going to go through every one. I like this designer's Solid Tracks. I'm not a fan of ARPs too much. Every now and then I like one. So trance, if you like trance, hold on, let me turn that phone off. That was not part of the sound. Keep in mind there is a sequencer thing on this, but you can take that off. You can turn most of the stuff off if you don't want it. So if you like that sound, but you don't want that sequencer, you can easily go into the editor, open it up, and turn off the sequencer part or the ARP part. Wherever it's at in here, I would have to find it. But you can do that and change stuff and access the actual board if you want to. It's easy to go in and tweak a few knobs randomly. That's the pan. All right, so that is that. Let's go into, oops, I didn't mean to heart that. I guess I should actually stop pressing that button. Let's go into the home screen and we're gonna take a look at some more sounds that came update with the recent update. Now this update has been out for a little while. I just didn't jump on it. We're gonna go to the SEM, the SEM. I'm gonna call it SEM. It's 240 presets. I think it's V. Just call it SEM V, I believe is what they call it. Oh, now see, I wasn't expecting to like this. And there is some MPE slide changes that you can use in this. But this is actually really good. I actually like this. The bass sounds in here better than I do the Jupiter 8000. But they're both good. Ambient DX, yeah. We're gonna move a little quicker because this video can be really long. There's too many presets to sit here and do this. Juke is dope, by the way, in case you don't know. Juke Audio, he makes a lot of good stuff. I like his work. So you can make some good hip hop, like pop stuff off of that. All his stuff is really nice. Oh, he made a lot in this one. It's nice. I actually have a lot of his packs. So I didn't know that, so that's good. I wasn't looking forward to this one, and now I am because I know his stuff is really solid for like, especially for R&B and like hip hop. Some good leads in here. Ooh, they get me on that. Anytime I see ambient pads, atmospheric pads, textural pads, my ears get perked up and ready for action. Cinematic, yep. Now I'm trying to show a little bit of everything, though I tend to linger on pads, strings. Those are things I like the most. I'm not a big sequencer arpeggiator type person, but they do sound good. So when I listen to this stuff, I listen to the sound and then decide, okay, can I turn something off and still enjoy it? And the answer most of the time is yes. That's pretty cool. Okay, cool. There are times where you find a preset using some of the newer effects. So if you don't have the Arturia effects in there, you may not get the full sound as they built it. So keep that in mind. You don't need it. It's just you have to keep that in mind. All right. So let's get off that. Click home. All right, cool. And then we're going to take a look at the pure lo-fi, and then it'll be the last one. This one I'm probably the least excited about because a lot of times you can take lo-fi plugins or plugins that like RC20 and different ones to make your own lo-fi sounds. But if the sound is good, you can work with it. That's interesting. There's a lot of bass in there. This is what I was thinking to see is more electronic, electric EP piano, electric pianos. I'm just gonna say it the right way, which is definitely here with those lo-fi effects, and they're there. Now these bells, to me, I would use more or less. Just trying to move through sounds. Now these keys can be good too. You can use them a lot of times. If you don't use them as your main keys, you might use them as like a accent here or there. Something. But the thing is, once they bake it in with this, they don't bake it in, but because you can turn some of this stuff off. But once you get stuff that's kind of like, it works, it'll meet the bill, but I mean, it's kind of already there. So it's like, do you like it? I don't know. A lot of keys, lo-fi, that's what I would expect. So if you're really lo-fi, like super into lo-fi, this pack or this plug-in, however you want to term it, instrument is built for lo-fis primarily. Looks like you can add with the mod wheel some extra bit crushing sounds in it. So I like little stuff like that where I would use it as accents in music. Plucks. Leads with birds on it. Okay, soft leads. I definitely would use a soft lead, but it's got to fit the bill. Let's take a look at the plugin. I'm going to open it. So this is kind of like you can adjust the different effects and things that's on it. How much lo-fi? Like I would pull some of that back, maybe like that. Even probably turn. There's an amp and filter down here. I would probably personally. I got it controlling this. One of the things I don't like is the echo. Now that's probably a delay pedal is what I'm guessing. So if you go edit preset, or not, maybe it's on the reverb, or not. Goodness, where is it at? Anyway, I don't care for the delay part, so I would find a way to turn that off. Maybe turn the timing back. Interesting. That part would have to come off because I don't like too much. If I put a delay on something, I usually want to do it myself. I don't want it to be done for me. So I'm not sure. Now this is interesting. If you click here, let me show you this. Realistic instrument. This is a lo-fi oscillator, creative sampler. So the question I have, and I can see you can edit, is can you drop your own sample in there? Because then that would make this instrument a little more interesting or useful to me, maybe is the word. Turn the level back. But I don't know. So looks like there's multiple samples that can be on one. Interesting. I've never used this one at all and didn't really have a desire. I think I've seen so many lo-fi. So many lo-fi that I don't want a lo-fi plug-in. So we're not going to sit here and go through every one of these. There's 250 presets. So whatever your deciding factor is, because maybe you are into lo-fi, and that's not to discredit it. I actually enjoy it. I just don't want to make it personally. So, but I do kind of make lo-fi in a way because ambient music has a measure of lo-fi to it, I guess. But anyway, so that's that. Definitely, I think if you only were going to get one thing from here, I would say get pigments without a doubt. But these augmented plugins are really nice because they have really natural sounding instruments mixed in with other stuff. So if there's anything I like out of it other than that, it'd be those. And I think that those two packs, if you like the Mini Freak, which is really good too, the Mini Brute is solid. The Prophet stuff is good. And but definitely pigments. Just get pigments if you get nothing else. I think you'll be super ecstatic about that on the Analog Lab Pro. So that is it for this video. It's been a long one. Appreciate you hanging around. We just took a look at 4 of the instruments that are new to me, meaning I hadn't used them, and just kind of listen to some of the presets. And yeah, hopefully you find your way in this in your musical journey, and along the way catch those sales, that's for sure. And it's a lot of sales right now as Black Friday approaches, as well as the holidays. Okay, all right, I'll see you on the next.